Hey, what's up guys? My name is Stevie Wonder Kid and welcome back to another episode of the Rate My Ride video series. This time around we're mixing it up and we're doing Rate My Ride Facebook Marketplace Edition. So basically you guys submit your cars but throw a little bit of Facebook Marketplace listing flair on it, list a price, make a crazy listing, make it funny, make it meme worthy, kind of like Facebook Marketplace is in real life. I mean, occasionally you come across some gems on there, some really weirdly modified cars, some overly expensive cars, some crazy stuff you see. So I thought, why not try to recreate that in our own little way here with the Rate My Ride series. This is mainly inspired by Collector Car Feeds videos. You guys might have heard of their channel. If not, I'd highly recommend going and checking them out. But they essentially react to a bunch of really funny, meme-worthy car listings on Marketplace, and it's a really entertaining video format. So I thought we'd try to recreate that here with the Rate My Ride series. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So people submitted cars from, again, either IRL or multiple different video games. They listed a price. They kind of wrote a little bit of a story behind it, and I got some really good ones to share with you guys, so let's get into it. So first off, we got H1I Gamer, the car plug with the Annis Remus for $40,000. Jeez, man, that's a high price, but regardless, this is my comp Remus and was slightly comp used. Okay, I see it on fire, that's fun. This car is capable for comp use, I can attest to that. He smoked me in a comp with this car, and also street use, so you can drift with anybody. Good. This thing is everything you need to compete in comps like cage, handbrake, seats. Okay, somewhat realistic, that's nice. Bad, has a dent in the left rear fender, missing left taillight, missing the back window, right passenger window because bullet hole. That's GTA for ya. Please need money for more car plug builds. Honestly, if this were like a fully hooked up S13 in real life, well, first of all, this picture is a big red flag. I don't know if you'd include this picture in a listing. This one too, but I don't know if I trust that listing, man. Based on these pictures, it's kind of totally opposite to what the listing conveys, but that's all right. I think if you're talking about like an S13 fully hooked up in real life, I think 40K would be kind of high, but again, this is just kind of a funny take on. I think it's worth it because I've seen H1 whip this car and it's an absolute beast of a car. He's been crazy with this thing. He's been locked in. So yeah, I don't know if it's worth 40K in my opinion. It would be nice if it would be 40K in GTA. That'd be super realistic and super friendly for us budget-minded players, but yeah, really funny listing. I'd say it's worth the money. The pictures, it's so funny seeing this. Like, yeah, I'm trying to sell a car. I'll show a picture of it on fire, but regardless, good price. I think the build itself, I'd probably give this thing an 8 out of 10 just because I know how well this car rips. So yeah, good job H1, and hopefully someday you'll come across the money for some more car plug builds. Next up, we got Thought Patrol Captain with the 2008 Nissan Altima Hybrid. Did they make these cars in hybrid? I don't even know. Probably not. Regardless, this baby is my first car and I've had this throughout my college years to commute to and from college. This baby has seen more racing than your 2007 Ford Mustang that got tinted windows and taillights with a straight pipe and a real nitro bottle that you don't use because you're a snake and you, not saying that, you stupid childish girl. What are you talking about, dude? I'm so confused. All right, anyway. Anyways, this car has been treated well. The MPG in this baby is outrageous. 35 MPG in the city. Damn, okay. 33 MPG on the highway. That makes sense. Yeah, that totally makes sense. What does that mean? I don't know. All I know is if you're daily commuting and not speeding, this girl will last you 3 weeks before needing a refill. That's pretty solid. Selling as is, will negotiate, will not respond to is this available. The staple of any marketplace listing, do not respond to is this available. 190k miles, pros, aftermarket Acon headlights, X-Tune taillights, spark plugs, no lights on the dash. That's good. Savezia 425 rims and 20s. Those are way too big. Leather interior, new brakes, sequential mirror turning signal. That's cool. Heated mirrors, heated seats, sunroof, Apple CarPlay, Bose speaker system, baby mama free. That's a plus. Cons, needs fog lights installed. Probably a crack in the manifold. Danger to manifold. Your baby mama might wreck it. Will turn you into an infamous Altima driver. Dang. This thing, honestly, like, considering some of the Altimas that I've seen, this is actually not like a bad looking Altima. Besides those wheels are hideous. I don't know if this is his actual IRL car or maybe a car that he just found on Marketplace and copied the listing for, but I love it. It's also listed at baby mama's house. That's the location. But honestly, like, for an Altima, these cars are like, they really do get a bad rap. I don't know if this is actually a hybrid, but I think still it looks like a pretty solid car. I mean, I don't know if it's worth $6,500 considering that it's got 190k miles, but it doesn't look like that bad a car. Maybe some interior pictures. If this were a real listing, I think I would include some interior pictures, but this is still good. I'd say it's worth the price. If you're actually selling selling it. What was he selling it at? Oh, I don't know. He listed it at like 8 and then knocked it down to 65. I'd say it's worth it. Honestly, doesn't seem like a bad car, except for the fact that you turn into an infamous Ultra driver, which I don't know if you guys are down with the big Ultimate energy. I know I'm not, but still a good price. I'd say for like a daily driver, I actually would score this thing like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Like, they're not bad cars. Unless they have the Nissan CVT, they're probably fine. They're pretty reliable cars. So yeah, honestly, pretty respectable Ultima, all things considered. So yeah, 6 or 7 out of 10, and I'd say it's worth the money. Yeah. Next up, we got Smokin' with a 07 BMW 520D. I freaking love these wagons, man. Really quick, these wagons are beautiful. I knew somebody in college that had, I don't know if these wagons even existed. No, they definitely did. They had like a 325 or something wagon that looked like this. I love the way these wagons look. But anyway, $19,000. Oh my god. Well, it says it's an M5. I don't know if that's real or not, but anyway, this is your only chance to get your hands on the only M5 520D. The story goes as the original owner in Germany were doing all the felonies on the road he could think of. The M5 became the most wanted car in Germany at the time, breaking all records. Owner realized he couldn't do it forever. Eventually, the police would get his beloved M5 and crush it. So his idea was to export it to a buddy in Norway. Since he wasn't experienced in exporting cars, it got sent to Norway as a 520D instead of an M5. To legally get it registered, they had to swap the drivetrain and underbody for a 520D. Buddy, the original owner, wasn't really a fan of the car as it was, so eventually he sold it. The buyer was me, so that makes this M5 520D only a 3 owner since it rolled out of the production line in Germany. Almighty M47 2-liter turbo diesel with 6-speed manual. That's a solid combo, dude. That's got to be so reliable. The reason it only have tinted windows on the right side is because the original owner spec'd it like that. He parked it in his driveway, which was along his house and the left side towards the house, so that side didn't need tinted windows. Okay, that makes sense. But the right side was exposed to the sun, so it needed protection. Factory optional rear wiper delete for extra aero. Solid. The genius engineers in Germany also designed the 520D underbody, made it have springs on the front and bags on the rear. So when the front springs break, it would automatically adjust the rear to sit as the same height as the front. Honestly, I love how crazy that story is. I don't know if that's actually real or not. I don't think that's a real story. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know enough about these cars, but like for a wagon that's got like a reliable turbo diesel engine, it's probably great on gas, and it probably, I mean, with the 6-speed, it's probably decently fun to drive. Imagine if this thing actually had an M5 drivetrain though. Imagine if it had like the V10 and sounded insane like that. That would be, oh, that would be such a great car. But still, I mean, I know the Smokin' has had this wagon for a while. I've seen him posted in here before, and it seems like he loves the car, which is amazing. So I don't know if it's worth $19,000 US currency. Probably a little high. I'd say with this rarity, it's probably like 12, 13 grand. But again, I'm kind of talking out my butt because I don't really know these cars, but seems like it's well loved. So I'd give this thing an 8 out of 10. This thing's cool, especially if it's a 6-speed. I don't know if it's actually a 6-speed or he's just saying that, but it seems like a pretty solid car. So yeah, good work, Smokin'. Keep this thing because this thing's rare and it looks nice. So yeah, love that. Next up, we got Cubbo 67 Mercury Cougar. Read till the end. Selling my Cougar due to lack of space. Perfect project car. Has an LQ4. That's cool. Out of wrecked Escalade with a Pro Charger kit, 4L80 trans, nice automatic, reliable setup, 600 to 700 wheel depending on tune, welded diff, custom exhaust, custom wide body, American racing wheels included in the price. That's good. Normally when you see these listings, they're like the wheels will not come with the car, so it's nice that the cost of those wheels is in the price. Runs and drives great, no knock, needs a bit of paint work, still is original vinyl top. Front right quarter panel was replaced after a small accident. Clean title though, I think. Yeah. Floors only have surface rust, tires are bald, will do a burnout at any speed. Nice. Title in hand, if it's up, it's available. This is very faithful to a proper Facebook Marketplace listing. 9,000 firm. That's a pretty solid price considering that it's a Cougar with supposedly an LS swap and a nice automatic transmission, 600 to 700 wheel. 1-800 hidden information, ask for Ray. Nice. Dude, this thing, honestly, like, this isn't bad. I'm a sucker for Mercury Cougars. I think these cars are so badass. I love the way that they're styled, like nice aggressive front end, Mustang drivetrain. I think in some of them, like the XR7 Cougars. These things are sick, man. These things are sick. So would I pay that amount of money for it? Hell yeah. Considering the motor swap and everything else, if this was actually a real life car, hell yeah, I'd buy this thing. This thing's sick. Big fan of Cougars, not a big fan of the rust, but yeah, I'd say this car is worth the money. This seems like a pretty solid deal, honestly. There's definitely some issues he's not communicating about the car, but still a pretty fun build. And yeah, it's nice that like also he's using Need for Speed for this, because Need for Speed, you gotta do whatever you want with these cars, and it makes it nice, especially when you're trying to do a build like this, a nice unique build. It's not very cookie cutter at all. He's kind of got his own spin on it. So I'd give this thing an an 8 out of 10. Honestly, I'd drive the hell out of this thing, and I'd also buy it too if it were that price. So yeah, man, good job, Cubbo, and also great job with like the faithful Facebook Marketplace listing too. Good work. Next up, we got Sewervex 05 Infinity G35, the rusty one. Nice. 1,100 bucks. That sounds like a steal. The 05 Infinity G35 are more commonly known as the O-Block Special. Oh god, will run you about $1,100 on Facebook Marketplace with its 5-speed transmission accompanied by its manual shift mode. Oh, 5-speed transmission, so it's auto. Okay, that's the one that's in my G35. You can ride through the streets of O-Block safely, knowing that you won't be the prime target of a hot wiring. Okay, that's good. The interior of the O-Block Special consists of 2 seats, a steering wheel, and barely functioning gas, brake, and clutch pedals. Wait, if it's auto, then why does it have a clutch? Whatever. On top of the overpowering scent of cigarettes and lead due to the lack of AC and lack of anything to open your windows. Happy driving. Nice. It's this thing. I love it. I think this is CarX. Yeah, so he's got this clean Genesis in front. I think this is another listing, but he's the G35 in the back, man. Let's check this thing out. Oh man, you can see he even put the rust on the livery as well. Nice album cover there. Front wheels are way too small. I think those are bullet holes in the side of the car. Yeah, here we go. We got some scratches. Front wheels way too small. Don't know what's going on there. He's got the rust. He's got the nice matte gray. Oh, I'm not turning off the copyrighted music, but you guys can't hear that. Let's see. So apparently this is on O-Block, but he's swinging it, dude. Damn, look at that. Okay, the Genesis. Wear seatbelts above. Good work. Oh man, this listing is just hilarious. The fact, honestly, like if you had a running and driving G35 for 1,100 bucks, that's kind of a steal, honestly. Like if I had the space for it and it like was drivable and could be like a potential drift missile, hell yeah, I'd buy it for 1,100 bucks. That's kind of a steal, but I don't know, man. This car probably has a lot of issues that we're not privy to based on this listing. But hey, it's the O-Block Special. No, solid listing, honestly. I like that he really tried to communicate the fact that this car was all beat up with the livery and stuff like that in CarX. I gotta play that game more. I miss playing that game, but yeah, it's even boosted too. Honestly, if you're getting a boosted G35 that still runs and drives and like drifts, as you guys saw in this little clip here, for 1,100 bucks, that's kind of a steal, honestly. So yeah, just because I'm biased a little bit for G35s, because again, I own one of these in real life, I probably give this thing like a 6 out of 10 listing wise, but for 1,100 bucks, I definitely buy it. Again, if I were like building up a garage and had the space for it, I'd definitely buy that. Good work. Next up, we got Alucard. Very familiar site with the Genesis. Nice. 2011 Genesis Coupe, 14K firm. Sexy beast has been built, handmade from the ground up. Oh man, that sounds like what Turn 10 devs were saying about Forza Motorsport. From the ground up. For your pleasure, as I am selling this vehicle, it is my prized project build. Runs and drives phenomenally. Has never been driven hard. Cap. Completely clean title. Cap. Makes 350 to the wheel at the moment. Cap. Rims are another 1,500. Hit me up if you're serious. Interested serious buyers only. P.S. Stevie, don't play the video with the volume on your YT. The listing says location approximate, but I'm nowhere near there, so don't worry. Okay, good. Yeah, because people are submitting like actual marketplace listings, and I don't want them to like reveal their location, but that's okay. So he actually made a listing for it. That's funny. And looks like he's got some like 350Z stock wheels in the front. I actually think they look good on these cars, but he's got the crazy steelies in the back. He's got this nice blue. Honestly, like body wise, if this were an actual car, it looks like kind of clean. Yeah, this thing kind of nice. I really like I think this is the BK1 Genesis because the way the front end looks. I actually at one point when I was considering getting a new daily, I wanted to either get one of these or a G35. Bruh. You think he cardi? Oh my god. I love that. I love that. Oh man, dude, he went all out with this submission. 10 out of 10 for the effort. This thing's great. Oh, dude, that's so funny. Pretty realistic price wise. 14K firm, way too high for this thing. But yeah, man, the fact that he went through the effort to actually make the listing for it. It's got 256,000 kilometers though. There's no way. Looking to sell my Jenny. She runs and drives great. I love these. It's very common to see these cars listed by like young guys who like provide absolutely no information about the car and they ask way too much for it. It's the same thing with Genesises, G35s, 350Zs, 370Zs, all the same deals. So definitely recreating real life with that one. But honestly, 14K firm, way too high. I wouldn't buy it at that price, but I think just the effort that he put into the listing itself, 10 out of 10. This is a pretty solid effort, and the car is like mostly clean too. It's overpriced, but I think the car, regardless of how many times he's crashed in these videos, still a pretty cool car. So yeah, good work, dude. Good work. Next up, we got Rye. Sell my prize 2012 GT86. Love this baby with all my heart, but unfortunately have to let her go due to moving. Decent work done to the suspension, aftermarket wing, custom custom exhaust, aftermarket seat. The second one never arrived. Nice. Rear bumper is optional on sale. Okay, love that that's an option. 132,516 miles, 12.5, no lowballing. I know what I got. Signature, the piece de resistance of all Facebook Marketplace listings. So this is CarX as well, but this looks like he's got some sort of shader mod. Oh, and he also took it with Sewervex and Alucard in the back there too. Bros pulled up. I hope these freaky MFs don't try and tickle my exhaust pipes, bruh. Honestly, if this is CarX with a mod, which I think it is, this looks very pretty. Love that that's the optional rear bumper, deleting the rear there. He's got the big fart cannon exhaust, cambered out wheels. Oh man, honestly, like with a little bit of work, this thing could be clean. I don't know. I'm kind of like treating these cars as if I were buying them in real life. 12.5, no lowballing. I don't know, man. I don't know. Considering the mods and stuff like that, I think in real life this would probably be listed at like 8 to 10. So 12.5 is a little high, but it's not like overly high, all things considered. Looks like he's again got like 350Z stocks on the front there. Honestly, with a bit of work, you could probably turn this thing, again, if you bought it in real life, you could turn this thing into a pretty respectable car with not a lot of work. I mean, if it's got that kind of camber and stuff, it's got suspension arms and everything already done. So just needs some paint work, just needs some body work. Hopefully it's not too beat up. At least the frame isn't from being so low and being drifted a lot. But yeah, man, this thing's cool. Honestly, for the listing, I give it like an 8 out of 10. Not a bad looking car, a little overpriced, but hey, I'd drive this. I'd honestly would. So yep. Next up, we got Bruzy or Gibby, 2005 Nissan 350Z, 1500 OBO, 135,000 miles, no title, no trackers. Okay, that's fun. If you know, you know. Serious buyers only. Don't waste my time. So yeah, this is actually my car that I revealed in my Discord server, and I also revealed it on my YouTube community tab. So this is actually my 2006 Nissan 350Z. It's my drift car. This is the car that you guys are going to see on track, hopefully in a future video on this channel. I don't know when, I don't know when the video is going to release or when I'm going to be able to kind of like put together a video like that, because I really want to make like a good video about IRL drifting and how I transition from sim drifting to IRL drifting. But that video will come out eventually. But yes, this is actually my car. And I bought it for way more than 1,500 bucks. So if he's selling it for 1,500 OBO, that's honestly a steal for this car. 135,000 miles, that's not bad. My car in real life has like 140,000 miles on it. So yeah, dude, if you got, oh wait, no, it doesn't have a title, so gonna have to trailer it. So my car luckily has a title, so thank God for that. My car also doesn't have any trackers, which is hilarious that he even mentioned that in the first place. But I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10 because it's my own car, and obviously I'm very biased. But yeah, 1,500 bucks for a Z with no title that honestly has all the drift mods. That doesn't seem like a bad deal. If you can trailer it out, then you could turn that thing in like a full-fledged race car. So Gibby, good job. This is actually honestly, if those were the circumstances, no title, no trackers, but still 1,500 bucks, if again I had a truck and trailer, I'd so totally buy that. But yeah, 10 out of 10 on the listing. I love that he got all the reactions there because people know it's also my car. So good job, Gibby. You played the meta game with this round of Rate My Ride. Give it here, drop 4K right now, hand it over, bruh. Oh man. All right, anyway, we got Brendan here with a 2015 Emperor Vector. Okay, moving back to GTA, on bags, the front driver's side is blown. Nice. $32,000, or we'll take trades or cash for something manual. No Hondas or GCs. I don't want your POS. Honestly, for like a Lexus RCF in real life, 32K, considering the only thing that's wrong with it is like the airbag is blown, there's probably a lot more wrong with it, but 32K doesn't sound like a bad price. I'd definitely buy this thing. I'm really biased. Again, I also own my Lexus SC, so I always like the big body Lexuses, the big body coupes with the V8. So I love this thing. I love the car in GTA as well. It drives great. So 32K doesn't sound like that bad a price. This is honestly a pretty clean build as well. I think these are SUV wheels. I'm not quite sure about that, but I like them. Nice, clean with the white, black window tints. Nice and clean, honestly. Besides the airbag being blown, I'd definitely buy this for 32K, and I would drive the hell out of it too. So good job, Brendan. I'd say for this listing, I'll probably give it like an 8 out of 10. This is pretty solid. And again, I would buy it. So that definitely works well too. Next up, we got R Med 2A with the 2008 Volkswagen Beetle. Okay. It has like, I'm not going to read that number. Am I going to try to read that number? Dude, 563,845,648,392 miles. There we go. That took way too long than I thought. Has a wing bigger than a picnic table. Will probably snap off under load. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Replica Workmeister S1 wheels and some tires made in the 1800s. Nice, nice. Engine is misfiring and leaking oil. Offer me no lowballers. I know what I have. Dude, this thing is so clean. Oh, man. Except for the yellow. That reminds me of like the Dodges with like the yellow lip protectors on the front. I that's definitely not what he was going for, but I like that regardless. Yeah, those fake Workmeister S1s, they still look pretty hard on this thing. I'd so buy this car, even with the wing being as sus as it is, and supposedly being a Volkswagen Beetle with that high miles. I'd still buy the hell out of this car, and I'd drive it and enjoy it. This is such a clean build. It's kind of weird when the pictures of the car don't match the listing, or the listing doesn't match the pictures of the car. But honestly, for this car, I don't really know what 997 prices are in real life, but I'd offer him like, I don't know, 50 grand or something like that. But yeah, with an engine misfiring and leaking oil, I don't know. What do you guys think? Honestly, if you guys are thinking of some of these builds, you're looking at some of these builds as I'm reacting to them, leave a price that you'd pay down in the comments, because I don't really know what these cars are worth, but from what I see, it looks clean, but the listing is a little bit of a red flag. So good job on the listing though. I'd give this thing, again, like another 8 out of 10. Don't know what this is worth, but at least the car looks clean. I don't know if it actually is clean based on what he's written, but as I said before, I'd probably buy this thing and enjoy it. So anyway, moving on, we got Kazaku 1968 Volvo C303-ish. Don't know what that means. Was used back in the 70s and 80s as a supply truck within the Army, decommissioned, restored later, and modified with a bigger turbo and a 2.8 liter diesel engine. Basically a big Miata. Nice. Good engine, overall good bodywork, drove okay-ish last time, that's good. Rear axle exploded, needs a replacement, no axles in the front, needs towed. Overall solid project, low miles on both the engine and body, 18,000, could trade for a jet ski or moped and cash in hand. Currently sitting in the way, so need gone ASAP. I don't know anything about these trucks in real life, but if he's described it as basically a fun Miata, then hey man, I'm down. I'd so drive this thing. I don't know what these are worth, but yeah, this last picture though, oh man. Rest in peace. So it's gonna need quite a bit of work, so I think maybe asking 18,000 for this is a little bit high. Again, not really sure what these are worth in real life, but looks like it's, I mean, beyond the very glaring missing axles in the rear and no wheels, looks like a pretty solid rig. Honestly, very unique, very quirky. I don't think I've ever seen these things before, so I'd probably drive it. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't spend that kind of money on it though, but I'd definitely drive it. So yeah, definitely good that he got some damage going, because I know this isn't BeamNG, so it's nice to kind of get some more accurate damage on the car there. So yeah, I'd probably give this thing, yeah, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. Again, I don't really know much about it, and then 18,000 seems a bit high for me personally, but yeah, no, good job. Thank you for the listing, Kazaku. I appreciate it. Next up, we got Shinuko 1993 GMC Sierra. Price more than you can afford, pal. Nice Fast and Furious reference there. Miles enough, perfect, not sus at all. Description: have you ever wanted to feel like the whitest MF in the neighborhood, but also feel like you belong to your local, not saying that, gang? Well, I have the vehicle for you. I have a 93 Sierra that will surely have your pockets dry of gas, but will never leave you on the side of the road. But you might be asking yourself, what motor does this have? Well, for this piece of machinery, it's powered by the basic bitch of classic motors, which is a 350 small block. But as for the end, this truck will have you wanting more seating room to handle all of those men you're attracting. Dude. Oh man, he kind of went off in this listing, man. I don't really know what's going on there, but this honestly, like, this thing looks kind of cool. Like, I like the stripes up top, that like tealish green. I think that's kind of hard, and those wheels too. I can't really tell what the wheels are because he's only got the 2 pictures of it, but the wheels look kind of dope, honestly. If it's got a 350 small block Chevy, I don't know anything about the miles or like what he's asking for it, but I drive it. It seems like a pretty solid truck, like a nice street truck that's probably pretty quick, honestly, if it's got a 350, and it looks like it's modified a bit too, so it's probably a pretty solid rig. So yeah, honestly, for this truck, again, I don't really what these trucks are worth in real life. Probably like 6 or 7 grand or something. That's probably what I'd pay. But yeah, probably a pretty reliable truck. It looks pretty based on these pictures, but yeah, I don't know. That listing is pretty out of pocket. So good job on that. The listing probably a 6 or 7 out of 10. But would I buy it? Probably. I have a kind of a soft spot for these kind of GM trucks, like the GMC Cyclones and all those like the 4.3 trucks and similar trucks like that. I kind of dig them. So yeah, this thing is pretty solid. I definitely drive that. Next up, we got Bella with a 1990 Ibishu 200BX from BeamNG Drive, 13K, price 120,000 kilometers. That's pretty solid. Cage streetcar ready to hit the track, has an angle kit and coilovers installed, plus racing seats, fully gutted interior, so don't expect any luxurious like working AC. Price is firm, no trades. Honestly, for an S13 in real life, that has similar modifications, and it honestly looks pretty clean. Got some classic, I don't know if those are SSRs or something else. I think those are SSRs, but pretty clean there. Looks like like an overall solid rig. I think 13K, if this were like an S13 in real life, 13K for this isn't that bad a price. Like 10 to 13K is probably the sweet spot for pretty basically modified S13, like 240 SXs with like SRs and stuff. So yeah, would definitely buy this thing. I love that body kit too. I don't know if this is like BN Sports inspired or what, but I like the kind of flared out street style look. Wheel fitment needs some work, but honestly, I would drive the hell out of this thing, and I bet I'd really enjoy it too. So yeah, pretty solid listing. I would pay that amount of money for it. I would pay 13K dollars for it. So yeah, solid listing. And yeah, Mel, I'd probably give this thing like a 9 out of 10 or something like that. This thing's really cool. I actually really like the way this thing looks. So yeah, good work. Alrighty, next up we got Jeremy Clarkson, 1828, 1978 Volkswagen Beetle for 6K euros, 65,000 miles, I think. Maybe not 65,000 kilometers. Regardless, it doesn't matter, as you guys could probably tell with that picture. Have you ever wanted a Beetle that could also be used as a massive skateboard to overcompensate your manhood? Then this is for you. It's got an engine, wheels, and brakes, so what more could you need? It's had one careful, that's funny, a careful owner, but the other 7 weren't too particular. €8. Okay, so he changed the price there. 79.95 cash on collection, no offers. I know what I've got. This seems like a pretty good deal, honestly. It's still got the motor and all that stuff. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't really know how these Volkswagen Beetles work. That looks like a motor, but I'm not quite sure. Like those wheels though, the wheels are probably worth a decent amount of money. The tires have got some tread on them too, so I bet you could sell those. You could turn it into a decent parts car if you want. Price seems a little high. 8K euros cash. I don't really know, but honestly, if you, well, I mean, you got the body right there, you got the unibody right there, so just throw it on, dude. Just a couple tack welds and it'll be mint. Just throw a seat in there, steering column, you'll be good. You know, it's practically like those cars that say they just need a tune. You know what I mean? Like they're listed, they're just like, oh yeah, like it doesn't run well, just needs a tune. This is like about the same amount of work to get it back on the road. So honestly, 8K cash, 8K euros seems like a pretty solid deal. Obviously not, but I'd say just for the hilarity of this listing, and I don't even know where he found this picture, if he took it himself. That's honestly a pretty hilarious picture, and if this was actually listed in real life, that would be hilarious. So yeah, good job. Probably 9 out of 10 on listening, just because of how funny it is. Price not so much, but still pretty solid listing. So thank you, Jeremy Clarkson. I don't think Jeremy Clarkson would be caught dead driving one of these in real life. But anyways, boys, that was it. I think it was either 14 or 15 submissions that we got for this episode of Rate My Ride, but I'm gonna call it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was kind of like a nice change on like the normal format of Rate My Ride episodes. I honestly had a really fun time looking through all of these, and I hope you guys had a good time watching along and reacting to them as I did in this video. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like on this video, leave any feedback or comments about any of the cars that you see in this video, leave it down below in the comments, and leave any suggestions for like episodes of Rate My Ride you'd like to see in the future, whether that's like a theme or like a format of the video like what I did here, kind of changing it up a little bit. Just let me know, because I want to keep this series going. They're fairly easy and entertaining for me to make, so I'm really excited to keep this trend going. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I promise there's more drifting content in GTA 5 coming very soon. I know that's what a lot of you guys subscribe to me for, so don't worry, I do have some more of that coming very, very soon. So yeah, in the meantime, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.